Welcome to the Pop and Report Show. I've been doing this more than 25 years. The show. I gave this app introduced to the United States a few months ago. They're not even in their first 1 year period. Pococha. Pococha. A chance to address an issue that was affecting many users of the application, Pococha, for live streaming. Especially when other apps were dealing with it professionally. Dealing with the problem right away. Cyberbullying, trolling, call it what you will. Going around terrorizing people when they're live streaming on their own product, the app, Pococha. Telling them that on St. Patrick's Day 2022, you need to deal with the problem. You can't ignore it. The problem ain't going to go away. And the response that Pococha gave me a few days ago here in April 2022. See that? Of course you do. Instead of addressing the issue that lots of users were having, Pococha said, no, we're just going to block you. We're going to block you, the users. We're not going to allow you to address the problems you're having on our app, Pococha US. Think about that. You're live streaming. All of a sudden, you get bombarded, distracted by these trolls, these cyberbullies. Come in your live stream on Pococha US. That hasn't even hit its first year of maturity. Don't even know if that's ever going to happen. It would be nice if they ran their mouth and gave you a bunch of BS. But they don't even do that. They ignore the people who use the application for live streaming. When it came to January 2022, I'm going over a history lesson on Margaret Sanger and Planned Parenthood. I had a person named Jazz in Boston. JAZZYNBOSTON. That is Jazz in Boston. JAZZYNBOSTON. Comes in my stream, misses the history lesson altogether. Doesn't realize I had many black boyfriends. I'm out of the closet. Member of the LGBTQ community. And decided to say some horrible shit on my stream. I blocked her, told her to get out of my Pococha house. She started screaming like a little girl, pounding her fist in the sand. I dragged her out. I threw her out of my Pococha house. Said, I'm not here for your negative energy. Leave my house. Leave my house. I wasn't allowed to defend myself. So I figured, okay, I can't get anywhere going directly through the Pococha US app as of January 2022. So I figured, okay, let me go through Twitter. Let me go through Twitter, and directly message these clowns. Pococha US. The people running the operations, they're not doing a good job at all. Doing a horrible job. Like a fish out of water. In direct sunlight. Baking in the sun. You want baked fish? Sure, that's what you're hungry for. Have at it. Go eat that baked fish called Pococha US. Baking on the sand of the beach. In places like California. So St. Patrick's Day 2022 comes around. I started directly messaging them and getting nowhere. By the time they try to keep up with all the complaints, instead of addressing the issues, keeping up with the complaints, they start blocking their users in the United States. and you get a message like this one. Get a message like that one while they're blocking users in the United States. Saying, oh, we care about United States. We care about you Americans. We're Japan. We're Japan. We're Japan. Introducing this pile of garbage to the United States. Their advertisement there shows it looks like people are having a good time. People are friendly. What they don't show is what's behind those actors paid. Those signed broadcasters there in their profile. The three of them. How miserable people are when the meters aren't moving. Signed broadcasters now getting paid a snitch bonus, ratting on one another because they're jealous. They don't like independent broadcasters. They're jealous. They don't want anybody to topple their ego because of their jealousy. You get your vending machine from hell, that is their Poco meter, where they separate it, thinking it's going to be good, separating Japan and United States. Nobody that was using the Pococha app was listening to the most simple rule: to help one another. People were not helping one another. They're not helping one another here today in 2022, the year. The users are not listening in the United States. The same way the Pococha operations aren't listening to the users having problems with cyberbullying and trolling, call it what you will. It's ironic. You want to get a train to leave a station, you actually got to move. You have to depart the train station once you get passengers. But when nobody's boarding your little Pococha train at the station, the train ain't moving, and the train is not going to depart the station. Bottom line. Here in the last few minutes, you see we got countries like India that are coming in on Pococha US. You have to be in the United States to use the app that is Pococha US. That's what it clearly says right here. It says Pococha US, it doesn't say Pococha IN, Pococha India. But yet you got these trolls, these cyberbullies, these stalkers on this app. Pococha US. India. India is not the United States. Do you see anywhere in this profile Pococha, Americans, India? No, it does not say Pococha US and India. It does not say Pococha US or India. It does not say Pococha US plus India, plus symbol or word in India. It just says Pococha US. Now, I've been jumping around live streaming apps and social media places for more than 20 years. This is the first time where a company of the crooks, company of blooming idiots, Pococha US, have refused to address these serious problems. You have your rules designed for children, but you got to be 18 years old to create an account, a profile. When I got bombarded and overwhelmed with bullies from Jazz in Boston, JAZZYN Boston, and her followers, I was not allowed to defend myself back in January 2022. We're now in April 2022, and it was St. Patrick's Day. They put the final nail in their coffin. Not my coffin, Pococha US. It's not my coffin, because this is not my account. You put the final nail in your coffin on Twitter, social media, when you chose, as this is your profile, to ignore me and thousands, hundreds of other people, hundreds to thousands of users, having the same problem now. whether it's a signed broadcaster or an independent broadcaster. People are shopping around on other apps for good reason. You leave a bad taste in your mouth. Your food that's gone bad. Your water that's no longer drinkable. Even if Jesus Christ walked on water and purified it, the moment you touch it, the moment you touch that now purified water by Jesus Christ walking on water, you touching it, Pococha, US, the water is no longer pure. It is toxic water. Toxic to our souls. The negative energy that you have allowed to permeate and escalate and grow like something in a flower pot or out of a petri dish is horrible because it's toxic. You are that toxic waste that the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles accidentally stepped in the sewer drains. You have allowed your toxic environment to be the very thing that has stained your reputation. And what kind of reputation now, Pococha, US, do you have? You lost control of your product, your app, Pococha, US. So you had for more than 5 years, you've been doing great in Japan, where Pococha originated. But when you can't control the users, you can't get them to follow the rules, the most basic rule to support one another. And you have a snitch rule that only applies to your signed broadcasters out of jealousy, hate, and rage, frustration. That human emotion is the toxic environment that has buried you alive. You are buried alive, and you don't need to be in a match with the Hall of Famer, The Undertaker, in WWE, Pococha, US, to know that you have buried yourself alive in that buried alive match, which is called reality. Listening to the users is the only way. You are not the latest app, soon to be, in the near future. Buried alive. And you did not win the buried alive match against the world or the United States. You are buried alive. For the 1, 2, 3 count. Because that right there is what you think about people struggling to survive on the app when they're getting the trolls and cyberbullies. This is your response to me post St. Patrick's Day 2022. You don't care. Who doesn't care? United States, Pococha, US. Who doesn't care, United States, about the cyberbullying and trolling, toxic environment, Pococha, US? Who doesn't care about people's frustration, depression, and anxiety that has set in where you haven't even hit your first year of maturity or first year period? Who has ignored the users of the Pococha US app? Not the signed broadcasters, not the independent ones. It is the operators behind the app, Pococha US. Let that soak in, people. Try to enjoy live stream apps here in closing, and they don't care about you. Don't care about you being bullied online. They don't care about you trying to defend yourself so you can continue using their product, their application. You try to get justice. You try to get control of things. Try to find out what level of protection you're going to get. Don't bother sending a direct message to Pococha US on social media, not just Twitter. They'll block your ass. They don't care about you. It's all about greed. It's all about money behind that image, which is fakery. Total fakery. It's a facade right off of a Hollywood movie or TV set. They don't care about me. They don't care about you. Money talks, but also it makes the people, once they get the money, walk. And they walk real fast away from you and you and you out there. So again, that's the response they gave me. Oh, you got a problem with our cyberbullies, our trolls on the Pococha US app? Oh, it sucks to be you. But guess what? We don't care. We're the staff of Pococha US. We're the operators, the men and women behind the curtain. Pull it back, it might not even care about the tears that might run down your face. They are emotionalists. They lack empathy, sympathy, compassion for you and me, anyone using the app. And this is what you'll get on their Twitter. This is what you get on their social media for a response. We will block you. Bum bum. We will block you. Bump bump. We will block you. Bump bump. Pococha US, their response is that. Thank you for tuning in. Signing off.